What's up, y'all? Today I want to talk about a little tip to help you keep your fulfillment costs on Amazon down when you're doing FBA, and to prevent any surprise increased fulfillment fees that you didn't anticipate. When you're using your online tools to calculate your fulfillment fees, it has preloaded dimensions, and Amazon will actually measure your specific inventory when they receive it to make sure it fits within those dimensions. And if the product is larger or heavier than what they anticipate, they will adjust the fulfillment fee accordingly, and they will do that without sending you any notice. And so you can have inventory at Amazon expecting one fulfillment fee, and it turns out to be another. So I've got a couple of examples here that I want to go over with you, and I'm going to explain to you how Amazon calculates your fulfillment fee. Alright, so if you're selling new products on Amazon, you're buying them wholesale, you're selling them on Amazon, that's a very competitive space. It is important to be as efficient as possible in every aspect of your business so that you can offer your products at a competitive price while still making as much money as possible. Amazon doesn't necessarily have a blanket fulfillment fee for every seller. If I send an item in that is packaged inefficiently, I might pay a higher fulfillment fee than another seller who sent their item in efficiently. And so that's why it's important, when you use your whatever calculating tool you have or whatever fulfillment fees you're looking up, those are based on what Amazon generally sees the size of that product is. But Amazon's going to measure some of your product. And so, if you look and calculate what your fulfillment fee is going to be, and Amazon is giving you those numbers based on someone who packages the product properly based on Amazon's guidelines, but then you go and you send a product in that is, you could send this in, you're not going to get any trouble or anything like that, but if you don't send it, you send it in and it's not packaged as efficiently, if Amazon takes this and they measure it, and it turns out that they want a larger fulfillment fee than if you had packaged it this way, then you're not going to be able to be as competitive, and you're going to have a surprise increased fulfillment fee that you might not even know about, because they're not going to send you an email or anything saying, hey, we changed the fulfillment fee. They're just going to do it, and you're going to see it on your reports. And by then it's too late, unless Amazon made a mistake, and then you can fight it. But that's for another video. So getting into this, I'm going to explain to you how Amazon decides what they're going to charge you for fulfillment. So again, these products are identical in every way except how I've packaged them. And the two ways that Amazon decides how they're going to charge you fulfillment fee, the first way is through plain old simple weight-based calculation, where they take your item, they set it on a scale, it weighs, let's say, these items weigh exactly 1 pound each, so it weighs 1 pound. Amazon has these tiers based on how, that decides how much they're going to charge you, and for this video, we're just going to keep it simple. I'm not going to give you the exact numbers that Amazon charges, but we're just going to use plain, simple, clean numbers to keep it easy. So let's say these items are 1 pound exactly. Amazon's tiers are 1 pound and less, over a pound to 2 pounds, and then over 2 pounds to 3 pounds, and then it goes from there. There are usually tiers in between there, but we're just keeping it simple. So this item weighs 1 pound exactly, so it's going to cost you $5 to fulfill. But this item, and this is especially going to affect items that are large in size but weigh relatively small amount, based on their size. If this was a jug of laundry detergent, it probably would not be susceptible to dimensional weighting, but these are really light. This is quite large, considering it only weighs a pound. And so this is probably going to be calculated based on the second method, which is dimensional weight. And the way dimensional weight is, Amazon's going to take and measure this product physical dimensions, okay? And we'll use this one's a little simpler. They're going to go length, they're going to multiply that by width, they're going to multiply that number by height, then they're going to take whatever that number works out to be, and they're going to divide it by 139. And if the number you arrive at after you're multiplying your length by width by height and dividing it by 139 is greater than the number of the physical weight of the item, then they're going to go with the dimensional weighting. They're going to go with the greater of the two. Okay, so if this weighs a pound exactly, but if you multiply those dimensions and divide by the 139, then you're going to, and you arrive at a number that's, I don't know, 1.01 pounds, just a hair over that 1 pound mark. Now, instead of paying the 1 pound or less fee to fulfill this item, you're going to pay the next tier up, the over 1 pound to 2 pound fee, which, you know, once again, round numbers, even easy numbers, but let's say that that costs an extra $1 to fulfill that item, which it could be more. And so now, instead of paying $5, you're paying $6 to fulfill your item. The way they measure this product is they're not going to take a tape measure and measure the dimensions of the product. Okay, they're going to use a machine. It's a dimensioning machine. They're going to put this on a little belt. It's going to go through a scanner. It's going to use sensors, and it's going to figure out how much space this item takes up. And they're going to go with the longest dimension on each side. Okay, so even if this is in like this, okay, it's not going to consider this your width. It's going to consider the wider portion your width. Or in this case, because these little tabs are hanging out here, okay, if those scanners pick this up, it's going to say this item is this wide instead of this wide or this wide. Okay, so that's important to keep in mind. If you see the different orientation here, okay, this product sits much wider than this product does. Okay, and so what happens is now, instead of being, you know, 10 inches wide, now you're 14 inches wide, okay, multiplied by your length. Also, the way this item is packaged is there's dead space in here. There's, you know, these corners here, okay, you're still paying as though this is a box. Okay, that's how Amazon's going to calculate it. They're not going to measure 50 different dimensions here to calculate the real physical space that this takes up. Okay, they're going to measure it like it's a cube, all right? And so you're paying for it, you're paying for this dead space in here, okay, and over here. And so now you're paying for all this empty space that you don't need to pay for if you take the time to package it in such a way that there's no dead space. Now these are in the same size bag. I used the same size bag for these, but what I did is I took the time to tape down the tabs, the excess bag. And so now when I send this item in, because it weighs a pound and they do the measurements, this item, let's say, comes in with a dimensional weight of, I don't know, 0.75, they're going to charge me the pound rate as though it was a pound. They're going to go with the greater of the two. But then another seller sent this item in, okay, and it went in and they did the dimensional weights, okay, and they're paying for all this dead space here. This item came back at 1.01 pounds, right? And so now, instead of paying the pound or less fulfillment fee, this seller is paying the 2 pound fulfillment fee, the 2 pound or less fulfillment fee. Both sellers paid the exact same amount for their product. The prep costs are the same, the overhead's the same, everything's the same. The only difference is this seller here packaged their item more efficiently. So they're paying $5 for their fulfillment. These guys are paying $6 for their fulfillment. This seller can sell this item for $20 and make their margin that they want to make the profit that they want to make. In order to make the exact same amount of profit now, this seller has to sell their product for $1 more because they're paying $6 instead of $5. But it gets more complicated than that because Amazon charges their referral fee, which in the $20 range, depending on what category you're selling in, is usually going to be around 15%. Okay, so now you have to charge that extra $1 to cover that added fulfillment fee, but you also have to charge the extra 15% of that $1 and the 15% of that 15%, which is around, instead of adding 15%, you got to add around 17% or so. So now this seller not only, you know, can't sell their product for $20. They need to sell it for $21.17 to make the exact same amount of profit that this seller does. Round numbers, just for example. But you can imagine when it comes to trying to win the buy box, if this seller sends in 500 units of these and this seller sends in, you know, a bunch of these, this seller's inventory is going to sit. And especially if this seller is buying this product at a normal price wholesale, they're not getting it on sale, this is just what they pay for this product, and this seller's on the ball and they keep their inventory in stock, this sellers are going to have two choices: let their inventory sit and cross their fingers and hope that this seller drops the ball and runs out of inventory, or make less profit because they were less efficient. So I think that covers it. That's my tip today for saving a little bit of money, being more competitive, getting that little extra competitive advantage with your wholesale products, and prepping your product properly. Hopefully you liked this video. If you like this kind of content, if you want to support my channel and you like to see more tips like this from me, please hit the like button and subscribe and share it with a friend if you know someone that's in the reselling business. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.